we're going to give you hints and even a couple of questions in advance during an RTF tailgate on our Facebook Live page at 7 p.m. So, to recap, in just a minute, I'm going to give you Waitress trivia. Then at 7 Eastern, you're going to switch over to the Reward the Fan page on Facebook for Facebook Live tailgate. And at 8 p.m. Eastern, you're going to take the hints you got on the Facebook broadcast and use them to win all the reward dollars on Golden Ticket Trivia with Allie. But first, it's time for a healthy slice of Reward the Fan pie. Did I say pie? That might be a hint. I'll be serving you up 10 multiple choice questions about Waitress the musical, and whether you're a longtime fan of the show or you're just guessing, all you have to do is tap the answer you think is correct, and you'll get reward dollars for every question you get right. Remember, you also get reward dollars if you refer friends and they answer questions correctly. So throw your username out on all your socials. That's also your referral code. And every referral you make earns you and your friend an extra life. So if you get all 10 questions right, you'll be headed straight to our winner's circle, which means you and the other finalists will be splitting our reward dollar prize, which today is $250 reward dollars. And of course, the real reason you're here, one winner will be chosen at random to take home 2 free theater tickets. There are so many incredible shows to choose from, and of course, I'm always here to help you decide what you want to see. You can just message me or tweet me. Again, it's Broadway Girl NYC on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And speaking of messaging, just to be fully transparent, we are working on optimizing our app, so if some reason you have a glitch or a technical issue today, just reach out to us at care@rewardthefan.com and let us know. But hopefully, it's all good. We're going to focus on the positive, and it looks like we have over 1,300 of you tuned in, including Baby Lush 17, Lawboy 556, and Prophecy Girl, all ready to take home their piece of the pie. All right, let's start it off easy with question 1. What type of pastry is on the official poster for Waitress the musical? Pie, cupcake, or baklava? Listen, I gave you a big clue to this one during my intro, twice in fact. You better have been listening. I'll also say there's a big hint on your screen right now if you're looking hard enough. Do you see my pin? This is the official lapel pin for Waitress, and I'll give you a clue. It's the same pastry that's on the poster. Waitress the musical is famous for this particular pastry, and it is not baklava or a cupcake. It's Jenna's signature dish, a piece of hot and ready, delicious pie. I'm hungry just thinking about it. And now I can't stop thinking about all of the different kinds of pie. There is key lime pie and blueberry pie, deep dish blueberry bacon, and mermaid marshmallow pie, which of course is one of Jenna's favorites. I really think that if anybody can invent a new pie, it's her. There's even a cookbook available with all the pies based on Waitress. Now, let's move on to question 2. Who wrote the music and lyrics for Waitress the musical? Was it Sarah Bareilles, Ingrid Michaelson, or Josh Groban? These are great options and all Broadway veterans. All 3 of these triple threats have appeared on Broadway. 2 of them have written show tunes. One of them, as far as I know, hasn't actually written for the stage. He's only appeared on it. So let's eliminate one choice, and that is Josh Groban. He has not composed any show tunes that I know of, although he sure performs them and performs them well. And Ingrid Michaelson's tunes haven't made it to Broadway yet, but you might be interested to know that she is working on an adaptation of the ultimate romance novel, The Notebook, speaking of National Kissing Day, which leaves us with your answer. It's Sarah Bareilles, of course. In addition to starring as Jenna Hunterson, the leading character in Waitress, Sarah also wrote the gorgeous music and lyrics for the show. She is a hashtag icon. Now, Waitress did have a life before Sarah Bareilles got her hands on it, which brings us to question 3. What is Waitress the musical based on? A film, a TV show, or a book? Like many Broadway shows these days, there was source material in another medium before it was adapted for the stage. And there are shows on Broadway based on multiple formats. Aladdin and Beetlejuice are based on movies. Be More Chill and Harry Potter and the Cursed Child are based on books. And I actually can't think of any shows based on TV shows, but if you can think of one, tweet it to us at Reward the Fan, And you can @ me too, Broadway Girl NYC. But let's get you that answer. It is a film. Waitress the musical is based on the 2007 movie Waitress by Adrienne Shelly. It starred Kerry Russell and Jeremy Sisto, and their roles have new lives now on Broadway. Speaking of lives, 1,222 of you got this one right and are still alive. And those 1,222 of you are entered to win our Question 3 Reward Box prize. And that prize is 3 lives for one lucky winner. I hope someone who really needs those lives wins them. And the winner for that Reward Box challenge is... It's gonna be one of you lucky folks, and it's Volko 1. Congratulations, Volko 1. You just won 3 lives. Very happy for you, and happy to be moving on to question 4 with everyone. Who originated the role of Jenna Hunterson in the West End production of Waitress? Katharine McPhee, Nicole Scherzinger, or Kaya Gerber? Now, these are 3 amazing talents, 3 gorgeous women. Kaya Gerber, of course, is a model. She's the daughter of legendary supermodel Cindy Crawford and Randy Gerber. Nicole Scherzinger is best known as the original lead singer of the Pussycat Dolls and also appeared in Cats the musical on the West End. And Katharine McPhee, who we first met as a contestant on American Idol and is best known for her role as Karen Cartwright on Smash, has also appeared on Broadway and in the West End. But which one of them was the person who took the character of Jenna to London? It was Katharine McPhee, A. After starring in the show on Broadway, she originated the role on the UK stage, which means she's eligible for an Olivier Award, the British equivalent of the Tonys. Now, speaking of the Tony Awards, it's our subject of question 5. Back in 2016, how many Tony nominations did Waitress receive? None, 2, or 4? Now, I don't know about you, but I'm still recovering from this year's Tony Awards. I was literally awake for 24 hours in a row. People say the Tonys are like the Super Bowl for theater people, but I know 0 football fans who stay up for an entire freaking day to celebrate the Super Bowl. I'm talking 6 a.m. Sunday to 6 a.m. Monday. Not throwing shade, though, sports fans. I love my football and my baseball and my hockey, too. But back to Waitress. Of course it got Tony nominations. It got 4 of them, to be exact. Best Score for Sarah Bareilles, Best Actress for Jessie Mueller, Featured Actor for Christopher Fitzgerald as Ogie, and of course, Best Musical. And listen, that should give you a big fat clue to question 6. Which of these awards has Waitress not been nominated for? A Tony, a Grammy, or an Emmy? Now fans, sometimes in the heat of a moment, a seemingly easy question can seem super difficult. But I literally just told you that Waitress was nominated for 4 Tony Awards, so I'm legitimately going to be annoyed if any of you picks the Tonys, okay? Now think about what each of these awards is for. The Tonys is for theater, the Grammys for an album, Emmy is for TV show, so which is it gonna be? I hope you chose an Emmy, because Waitress was in fact nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Musical Theater Album in 2017. Before the Grammy nomination, before the Tony nominations, and before the launch on Broadway, Waitress had its debut at a renowned regional theater. Now, I'm not going to ask you the name of the theater. I might just give it to you as a clue, but rather its location. Question 7, in what U.S. state did Waitress the musical premiere? New York, California, or Massachusetts? Now, as I said, I've got a couple of clues for you here. This is the same place where the most recent revival of Pippin debuted, and also this season's upcoming Jagged Little Pill had a run there. It's on the campus of a famous academic institution, and if you need one more clue, the theater is called the American Repertory Theater, or ART. Does that help you place it? Do you know which state it's in? I hope you guessed right. The answer is C, Massachusetts, and 173 of you got this one right. Yep, it did not start in New York City. And speaking of productions outside New York, we're heading straight into question 8 on that subject with all 173 of you. Q8, in what country will Waitress be launching in 2020? Australia, India, or Thailand? Now, this musical is taking the world by storm, and it would not surprise me at all if it ends up in all 3 of these countries eventually. Certainly, there are plenty of regional pies I'd love to try. I think in the country that's your answer, they actually call them pasties. I traveled there, and I had some delightful meat pasties. I'm not sure whether the sweet ones are also called that, but I digress. The answer is Waitress the Musical is going to launch a production in Australia. It will be in Sydney starting next year. I may have to plan a trip. For the next question, we're going to be sticking with that international theme, and 177 of you are still with me. It looks like some of you are using those extra lives. So let's move on to question 9. Where was the first official Spanish language production of Waitress? San Juan, Mendoza, or Buenos Aires? I would have loved to have seen this. I actually dream about seeing my favorite Broadway shows in other languages, and I actually speak a little bit of Spanish, so that would have been perfect. They actually called it camarera, which means waitress in Spanish. And I've spent time in several Spanish-speaking regions, including Mexico, Costa Rica, Peru, Puerto Rico, and Spain, and Waitress was playing in 0 of those. Camarera, didn't play in any of the countries or regions I just mentioned, but it did have a production in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So delicioso. I annoyed even myself with that. Sorry. Listen, fans, it's time. 124 of you have made it to Q10. You are ready for the final round. Here we go. Which of these celebrities has not made a guest appearance in Waitress? Al Roker, Jason Mraz, or Jordan Knight? You guys, I'm seriously serving you up a slice of crossing my fingers pie. I want you to get this final question right so much. I will say it's a toughie because all 3 of these performers would be great additions to the Waitress cast, but only 2 of them have done it so far. Waitress is known for casting incredible talent, and actually there was an announcement this morning. Todrick Hall is joining the cast as Ogie starting August 20th. But considering the question, the person who hasn't, even though someone very close to him has, is your answer, Jordan Knight. Now listen, I get it if this one was a bit tricky because one of Jordan's New Kids on the Block bandmates did appear in Waitress the Musical. That, of course, is the one and only Joey McIntyre, a.k.a. my first celebrity crush. He played Dr. Pomander. But 85 of you knew that one and have made it into the winner's circle. You're serious champs, which means that you are in the running for those free tickets, and you'll all be splitting our $250 reward dollar prize. One of you is going to get 2 free tickets to a show in your area. And before we get to the drawing, I just want to shout out some of you who got all 10 questions right because you are seriously Waitress super fans. Rachel 1986, Regina GT, Swifty Edits, Pengui, Epicenter or Epic EV17, and so many more of you, 85 in total, are in that lotto, which we're going to run right now. All right. While that bad boy's running, I'm going to remind you that the winner is going to be taking home 2 theater tickets in your area. Those are free, by the way. And if you win, you'll be prompted with a list of events near you. Remember, it's not just Broadway productions. There are a ton of touring shows, too. Just make sure you choose your tickets within 24 hours so you don't miss out on your chance. You might even have a chance to see Waitress. It is currently on tour, or maybe here in New York City on Broadway. Okay, it's time to announce the winner. Do you feel lucky? The winner is GIA Unit. Congratulations, GIA Unit or GIA Unit. 2 theater tickets are yours, and I can't wait to see what you choose. If you need a little help picking, tweet me at Broadway Girl NYC. And to everyone still watching, thank you so much for playing. I'm your host, Laura Heywood. Be sure to follow us at Reward the Fan. And again, I'm at Broadway Girl NYC on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and probably on Snapchat, although I never check it, so don't contact me there. Be sure to join us for Golden Ticket Trivia at 8 p.m. Eastern right here with Ali Melendez. Kissing is the theme. And for the Facebook Live tailgate at 7 p.m. And of course, just remember, we will always be your biggest fan.